Right then peeps, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, simply because I've got the shutter half shut on the camera. There we go, that's better. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out because most of the lights are disconnected, but I have carpeted the ceiling fully side to side. I'm sure you can see all the ripples and everything. This stretch carpet's okay, but it stretches so easy and then you can't stretch back the little bubbles in it, so you get little ripples every now and again, and it's very, very thin, so you've got to make sure that the roof lining underneath is absolutely spot on. There's one point over there I've got a wire trapped underneath it and it looks awful. It only looks awful because I know it's there and I keep looking at it, but there you go. Anyway, I've removed the bloody great big fluorescent light fittings from the roof. As you can see, that one there is like 9 foot long, I think. 8 foot long, something like that. I think it's 11 foot this fan, so yeah, it probably is 9 foot long. There are the fluorescent tubes that came out of it, and I also fitted these LED strips inside it while I was at it. So what I decided to do was to replace those LED strips with these diffused LED strips in the roof. There's one there that's not switched on, which is why I'm shining the light on it. I hope that comes up on camera. This one on this side's obviously, I'm waiting for some more LED strips. That was the last of my LED strip to come through. Now, one problem that creates is that when I had these lights up on the roof, I had two separate lighting systems run from two separate systems. One from the ambulance system and one from the camper system. Now I've only got one light up on the roof and I need to control it from two different systems. I want to be able to switch it on using the Phoenix system, so I can switch it on when the engine's running, or the Phoenix system switched on from the boot. I can switch it on from the cab. You can see there, that's the Phoenix system cab control, so I can switch it on from in the cab, and I can switch it on from the side door when I come in. Now if you've got two lives running to one load, if you turn the power on from one source, it will travel down the live into the live of the light, then back down the live of the other source. And because one source is the Phoenix system and one source is the camper batteries, I want to keep them separate. So I've bought, if you can see that, might be a bit too shiny, some diodes, one-way blocking diodes. These are 40 volt 5 amp. I'm putting 13 volts, but maybe 14 volts with the lithium ion. I think you're supposed to double the voltage to make sure they're correct, so 2 times 14 is 28, so they're well within spec. 5 amps. I'm only running a 1 metre long strip light, which only takes half an amp. So I'll draw a little diagram up if I can. It will look crap, but I'll probably show what I mean about diodes in case you don't understand them. They're basically a one-way valve, so the electricity will come from that live wire along here, and you can see the join where I've got two live wires fitted. So in those two live wires I need to fit a blocking diode that allows the electricity to run. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. For instance, the voltage will run down this cable into the light and it won't run back up that cable and go back to the Phoenix system. It just keeps them separated. I don't think it's going to cause a problem, but I don't really want voltage coming down here, back down this wire into the Phoenix system, into a relay that's switched off and possibly damaging the relay. This is going to be pretty much impossible to do one-handed, but I'm going to try and show you how this diode works. There's a diode. It's simply a one-way valve for electric. If you put it one way around, what I've done is, this is the live wire from the Phoenix system. I've got it wired up here, as you can see. This is the new strip light I fitted, which I've got working now, recessed into the ceiling. I can turn it on from wherever I want in the van. Now this one comes on from this switch up here. It's connected to that light there, and as you can see, it switches on and off. That's a test strip light. I haven't put the full strip in yet. I've already fitted one diode, so it's not back feeding the Phoenix system. This diode, if I hold it across that wire and touch it to that wire, can you see that light is not lighting up? It's not lit. If I turn the diode around, the other way, and I touch it to that wire and that wire, you can see the fluorescent comes up, the strip light comes on. It's flickering because I'm not touching it properly. And that's how a diode works. It allows electrical flow in one direction only. In this particular case, the grey blob at the end, you can just about see there, goes to the load. There we go. Light comes on, so the grey section goes to the load. So that means when I switch this strip light on from that wire down there, which is this wire here, it's already got the diode in it. I ran out of shrink tube typically when I did that one, and I had to wait for some more to come through. So the electricity won't flow down this wire, it's just joined to the other red wire, and it would normally flow back up into the Phoenix system. I don't want that happening, I want them separate. So if you want to wire up one light from two separate, it's not just two separate switches doesn't matter. If you want to wire it up from two separate power sources and you don't want them interconnected when they're both switched on, fit a diode. I bought 10 of these, they cost me £3 something. Right, not sure if you can see that, but basically, all I've done is I've looped over the end of the diode, looped over the end of the cable, twisted them together, and now I've got my soldering iron warming up. You can hear it roaring away in the background now, and I'm going to solder them together. And this time, because it turned up about 10 minutes ago, well done Amazon, good timing, I'm going to put a bit of shrink tube over the top of it so you'll be able to see it after it's in. And I've got both wired up at the moment so we can test it afterwards. Right, I'm going to solder this up and I'll get back to you. Right, so there's the light all in, wire tucked away. At the moment it's running off the Phoenix system, which is the old ambulance system. If anybody's been following my videos, well done, you must be getting ready to commit suicide by now. So that light is wired up to the Phoenix system, totally separate battery to the house system. That light's not on. If I switch this switch on over here, this puck light comes on, which is for the cooker. That light comes on. But if I switch off the Phoenix system, that light stays on because it's now controlled by that switch. And what the diodes have done is they've prevented the two systems from feeding into each other. Previously, when I turned this light on via the Phoenix switches that were down there by the door, both lights would come on. And now both lights are controlled by that switch over there, and the Phoenix system only operates that light, not that light, because of the diodes. I hope that's cleared things up. It probably hasn't, but anyway, there you go. Carpeted the roof, got the emergency lighting, as I call it, from the ambulance systems working, separate from the camper systems. But I've only had to fit one light. I hope that wasn't too boring. It probably was, but I'll catch you soon, peeps. Ta-da.